what comes to mind when you mention Venezuela? Your hometown probably, oil, baseball players, natural beauty, or if you live in South Florida, you might think about West Venezuela. What probably doesn't come to mind is classical music, and yet Venezuela is home to El Sistema, the system, an artistic social program that is so extraordinary that can both create great musicians and change the life trajectory of hundreds of thousands of children who live below the poverty line. And when I say below the poverty line, that means very, very poor communities where children and teenagers can easily be drawn into the violence and crime that surround them. The system is literally saving young lives, not only in Venezuela, but also in Mexico and other Latin American countries. And the way it works is by teaching children from early ages through adulthood to play in symphonic orchestras, providing them tuition-free training, instruments, but also support to help them become valuable citizens. 6 days a week, kids attend their neighborhood youth orchestra, where they develop confidence, teamwork, creativity, self-expression through the participation in their music lessons. The kids are kept off the street, away from bad people, delinquency and drugs, and turned them into successful professional musicians. Every afternoon, after school, if that is the case, small kids attend their neighborhood youth orchestra. 2 years old, learn the basics of music, such as rhythm and the language of music. By the time they are 4, they learn how to play an instrument. By the time they are 8 or even 7, they are already playing in orchestras. The system is giving the opportunity to kids to change and arm themselves with instruments instead of guns. The system was founded in 1875 by Jose Antonio Abreu, a 74-year-old retired conductor and economist, based on his belief that what poor kids needed was classical music. The program started with only 11 kids in a parking lot in Caracas, Venezuela, and since then, 2 million kids have gone to the program.
Wow.
And there are currently 64,000 kids attending the 200 youth orchestras around the country. And 90% of those kids come from a very poor background. The top youth orchestra is the Simón Bolívar Youth Orchestra, who tours the world to sold-out audiences. The whole time the orchestra is led by Gustavo Dudamel, the head conductor of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Gustavo Dudamel studied in the System Academy when he was a kid, and now that he's a celebrity conductor, he not only uses his fame to help kids in the same condition like he had when he was a kid. Now, you might be asking, why is she talking about Venezuela if she is from Mexico? Well, the reason why is because this is not a matter of nationality perspective. This is about recognizing and applauding good ideas. And I'm sure that I am convinced that the way to develop a country is by developing its human capital, and that means promoting people's talent everywhere, not just the elite. In times of so many challenges, we can be overwhelmed by the tragic news exposed in the media. Yes, it is true. Mexico, Venezuela, and other Latin American countries have been experiencing a wave of political and drug-related corruption. However, despite the current scenario, well, we can see that this type of programs can help and can address social problems. These kids are becoming part of the solution. They are taking action towards the change and development of new ethics.